Celebrating 30 years of phenomenal trend forecasting, 5 times a week, Monday through Friday. Here's Gerald Celente with today's trends in the news.
Hi, this is Gerald Celente. It's Wednesday, April 4th, 2018. And here are some of today's trends in the news. On the market front over there in Asia, Nikkei up a little bit. Shanghai down a little bit. Hang Seng, boom, bum, down over 2%. Over there in Europe, FTSE's up a little bit. DAX and CAC down a little bit. Here in the States, what a day, what a day. Whew. Dow closed up 230 points. It was down over 500. It's like a 700-point reversal in one day. Phew. So what happened? Well, we'll get to that. Gold, when the Dow was down over 500, gold was up around that 1350 mark. And I looked at it and I said, it's not moving higher. You can't get out of that trap it's in. And sure enough, gold closed down today just about flat, up a tiny bit. Oil prices down, and boy, did I get it wrong yesterday. Mark that one. I figured, this Bitcoin's bouncing back a little bit. Closed nicely over that 7,000 mark. Shoo! Today, down some 8%. All the cryptos are getting slaughtered. So, there are some analysts out there saying that the crypto market's mirroring the stock market. I don't see that correlation at all. But on to the stocks. Stocks make monster comeback. Dow rallies more than 700 points from lows of the day. After a wild session on Wednesday, stocks closed sharply higher as Wall Street erased massive losses earlier that came after China's announcement of new tariffs on U.S. goods sparked fears of a trade war. So the reason they bounced back is that the Trump administration said this is no trade war, we're in negotiations. And when you look at it, well, it's $60 billion. One guy took $60 billion another, but we're talking, a $375 billion trade deficit with the United States. So these numbers aren't huge. And then the other one is that the Trump administration hinted that they're not going to be that tough with NAFTA. We'll see where that goes. But, again, what moved the markets weren't fundamentals. In essence, it was more breaking news headlines. And before this happened, we began last evening to write for today your trend alert, market danger ahead, the golden moment. And in that trend alert, we showed what's going on and what the headlines are doing and where the reality is moving the markets that the market speakers and the market twisters in the corporate media aren't talking about. In your trend alert, we said the media continues its hyper-focus on the one reason a day why markets move while largely ignoring fundamental trend lines. No, it's not the Chinese, stupid. It's bigger than that. And your trend alert shows what's happening, what's going on, and where we see it going. History before it happens. Gold. Again, gold moved up, then flattened out. Oil went down a little bit, for the same reasons. It's too much supply, not enough supply. It's in a trading range. End of story. Yeah, they cut back over there in Venezuela, and problems in Libya. Can't figure that out. Yeah, but the stockpiles fell bigger than, again, all of this adds into, it's the bottom line, supply and demand. We're in the range that we've been talking about now for 6 months, and we don't see it moving much past this. And what keeps the markets going are those interest rates. They still got cheap money. Suitor bids $10 billion for Santos. Again, another day, another merger and acquisition. The bottom line again, overvalued markets, over-leveraged markets, and interest rates. You got all of that corporate debt. Hey, thanks to Trump and other countries, you got all of that public debt. And those corporations buying up everybody and doing everything they want with that cheap money. Corporate debt, public, private debt as well. All that credit card debt. So what's the outcome? Well, let's take the credit card debt and the personal debt. Over $13 trillion. Oh, I forgot the student loan debt. Oh, how about those auto debt? More renters shun purchasing a home. An increasing percentage of apartment renters isn't interested in buying a house as affordability challenges take a bigger toll on American aspirations of home ownership. In all, 20% of renters said they have no interest in owning a home. It was 13% in 2016 that said that. The jobs stink at Slavelandia. The mergers and acquisitions put all the power in the hands of the few, and you work for the plantation. Goes back to interest rates. All that debt that's been accumulated, the higher the interest rates go, the heavier the burden, the less people buy homes, not only in the middle and near the bottom, but also tax law blow. New York City flat sales fall sharply. Sales of Manhattan flats, some of the priciest properties in the U.S., has declined more sharply than at any time in almost a decade. As potential buyers hesitate after the introduction of a new tax code and the number of co-ops and condominium sales in Manhattan dropped nearly 25% during the first quarter compared to the same period last year. And again, we've been talking about this. The money's not moving up. It's all at the top. So yes, the tax, where you can't deduct as much tax as you're used to because of the new Trump tax plan, we said that would hurt as well. And what else do we have here? On to international news. Israel, Gaza killings unlawful, calculated. Why? Who said this? Oh, Human Rights Watch. Senior Israeli officials who unlawfully called for the use of live ammunition against Palestinian demonstrators who posed no imminent threat to life bear responsibility for the killings of 14 demonstrators in Gaza and the injuring of hundreds on March 30th, 2018, Human Rights Watch said today. Said today doesn't make any of the U.S. media. It's okay for them to do what they want because you remember Chucky Schumer said, it's in the Torah. God gave us this land. How about that for elitism? We could kill anybody we want. If the Russians did this, boy, whoa, would that be news? But hey, prostitutes get paid to put out. Speaking of which, oh, that crown prince over there, you know, the princess kissed the frog and the frog became the prince. Yep. He's making that Saudi prince, keeps making the rounds all over America. He's with Bezos. He's with Bill Gates. He's with the Apple guy Cook. Yeah. He's with Oprah Winfrey. Making the rounds, all of these really pumped up, make them look great kind of guy press by the prostitutes. So, nothing in the American media about Saudi airstrikes kills 16 Yemeni civilians in Port City, including 7 children. Yeah, but they don't count, and neither do those Palestinians, I told you. run over a car and kill some people on London Bridge, now we're talking, man. Yeah, but don't. You could kill all you want of these other people. Because that's the way it is. Again, name the country, another freak show. Mongolia's former prime minister in corruption probe. It's like one a week I read of these at least. And again, keeping that prostitutes out there, keep making us hate Russia while they cover up on the clown prince and the murder going on that the Israelis are doing to the Palestinians. They keep the anti-Russian propaganda going. From the toilet paper of record, the New York Slime. You ready for this one? Escort and her, quote, coach held in Thailand jail offers secrets on Russia. A pair of self-described sex instructors from Belarus have been stuck in Thai detention center for weeks. They say they have evidence demonstrating Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election. They claim that they are targets of covert Russian operation to silence them. The escort and her seduction coach have been largely incommunicado since March 5th. Escort? How about a prostitute? No! Prostitutes! Prostitutes! You get it? Escort? Coach? Hey, John? Could you say John? No, prostitutes can't say corporate John or Washington whoremasters. They're coaches, and they're just escorts. Look at this disgusting piece of crap. Look at this garbage. Who did this? Richard Paddock. Yeah. Anyway, keeping with the propaganda, Trump invited Putin to White House as UK sought solidarity over a spy attack. Such an invitation would mark the closest Mr. Putin has come to a full summit with Mr. Trump, a goal the Kremlin has been pursuing since before Mr. Trump's inauguration. It has proved elusive, not least because of the intense political backlash in the U.S. over Russian interference in the 2016 election. This is, by the Financial Times, a total lie, not one piece of proof. Oh, no, the CIA said so. Oh, yeah, we believe them. Yeah, you jerk off. This is nothing more than propaganda. Show me proof. We don't need proof. Because, speaking of the toilet paper, poison doorknob hints at high-level plot to kill spy. Yeah, they keep going on there. British and American officials are skeptical that independent actors could have carried out such a risky operation or obtained the agent without approval at the highest levels of the Russian government. They say there is no evidence so far of his direct participation, but the Russian president, a former KGB officer, is skilled at hiding his communication. How is this for outright garbage? David Sanger, he's the garbage man for the New York Times, along with Ellen Barry helping him carry it. 4 weeks after the assassination attempt, British and American officials are turning to the question of whether President Vladimir V. Putin himself was aware of and ordered the attack. Isn't that great, huh? Keep it going. From Newsweek, the piece of garbage. Last week's news tomorrow. From Moscow with murder. Russia hunting defectors. America. Isn't that great, huh? And you remember what Theresa May, the prime minister over there, the loser prime minister, where the popularity's sinking, who started the whole Russians killed or tried to kill the spy, this is what she had said. President Putin's regime is carrying out acts of aggression against our shared values and interests within our continent and beyond. And this came out and did not make any of the U.S. media. Britain can't prove Russia behind poisoning. Scientists at Porton Down said they were unable to say where the poison actually came from, not verified the precise source. They said, at this stage, we have been able to establish that it is from the Novichok or from that family. Again, not a shred of evidence, just like not a shred of evidence that the Russians had anything to do with hacking into the presidential campaign. Nothing more than a criminal hoax. And the people buy it because the prostitutes sell it. This is Gerald Celente, and that's some of today's trends in the news.